Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to my Precision Nutrition Level 1 Certification Review. I'm here to talk to you today about what I have come across so far in the program, and I'm just excited to talk to you guys about this Level 1 certification. Uh, First of all, a little background about myself. I am a college graduate from the University of Findlay. I have my Bachelor of Science in Strength and Conditioning, my Associate of Arts in Personal Training, and I'm about to finish up my first year personal training consistently in a gym locally in town in Findlay, Ohio. I am looking to help my clients in a lot of ways. Of course, the most helpful outside of the gym is with nutrition, and I'm just looking forward to telling you guys about what I've taken from this program. First of all, I was able to find Precision Nutrition through online recommendations over the years. I never really took the time to check them out in detail. Recently, I decided to read some of their blogs and was very impressed with the materials and the information how it was presented. And so I decided to get on their email list, and sure enough, they were getting ready to start the certification for the second time in the year. I think this is offered twice a year. So I got on the email list, and I now have the materials. So I'm just going to give you my review of the Level 1 certification, what I've learned so far. So this is the mail package that I got. I actually was signed up to receive this on a Friday, and it was delivered to my door on a Tuesday, so that's 2 business days, not even under 2 full business days. This package I received in the mail. See 4 books here inside of this nice cardboard case. There's 3 sections to the textbooks. They've divided them up. I'm still in the first book. I have looked through some of the other materials in the 2 and 3, but my focus today is just going to be telling you guys what I've taken away from the first book here. So right off the bat, all of the books are in a very nice paperback, easy to read and follow along format. Uh, I was very impressed with the way that they divide the books. The first book has not even touched on nutrition at all. It's been completely focused on mainly psychology, the habits of people, how to help your clients basically get inside their heads and help them to help themselves. You know, nutrition coaching is not something that I've been able to partake of in the past beyond simple recommendations of foods to try to incorporate into people's nutrition programs. And I wasn't sure exactly how far I could go in recommending and helping out people with their nutrition. But this program makes it very simple on how to use the information inside of the certification to help your clients in a way that's not only legal, because there's a lot of legalities when you're talking about recommending things nutritionally to clients, but in a way that's going to have an immediate impact and help for them, because the ideas are very practical and they're instantly implementable. So one of the things I want to talk about is information versus implementation. I have been studying nutrition for the better part of 15 years now, and I have a ton of information. I can bore people with the biochemistry and the details about nutrition, starting from the minute that you eat your food all the way into the final point of it being expelled through the body, and everything pertaining to how it will affect you mentally, physically, through your workouts, any type of training programs, and what good versus poor nutrition might look like. But I've never had a system to implement the information that I have that I can apply universally to people in a very simple and pragmatic way. And that's the one thing that Precision Nutrition has stood out for to me so much, that I've actually never seen any program like this ever in my reading of nutrition. And that's the most exciting thing that I've seen about this program. Just to go over a couple of things I took away from the chapter, for the first few chapters that I've read. I just finished the third chapter. First of all, in order to be certified for the program, you have to take some quizzes following each chapter that you finish reading. And if you pass all of the quizzes, which there are, I think, 20 quizzes, they're about 10 questions each. If you pass all of the quizzes and receive a 150 or better score out of 200 total questions, you can be certified for precision nutrition coaching. And after I finish each chapter, I have been really trying to absorb all the material and apply it to my life personally so that I can help my clients implement it into their lives. And what I've noticed is the ability for this system to be instantly applied into your life is second to none. I've never seen anything like it. So the first chapter basically went over the basics of coaching, why it's important that even coaches need coached, and why we need to always be continuing to grow so that we can be the best that we can for our clients. And the most important things that I took away from the first few chapters of reading the Precision Nutrition text is the fact that not only do we need to focus on the knowledge of nutrition and how to understand the basics of what good and poor nutrition looks like, but the mindset behind the nutrition, and that's what this is really emphasized. One of the most interesting quotes that I heard early on in my readings was that motivation, a lot of people think that you need to be motivated to do things, and what I've found is the complete opposite, is that action is basically the beginning of when motivation starts to kick in. And one of the quotes that I took away from this first couple of chapters I've been reading is that action is a result, motivation is a result of action. So when we take the first step, when we step out and you take that first step and we walk out into an action, the motivation comes afterwards. I know it's been true in my life, and I'm sure that you guys have noticed that yourselves as well. There's a very famous YouTube video from I think it's a graduated, very decorated military man, and he said that the first thing that he does and recommends other people to do every day in the morning is to make their bed. And that's because after you make your bed, you've started a snowball of action that you can build from, and you can take that action and build upon another action. And it was just something that really stuck with me when I watched that video, and it's something I found true in just about every area of my life, that we need to not to overcomplicate things, but to simplify them and to just start out by taking some action and not waiting for this magical motivation to show up. Some of the things that stuck out to me in chapter 2 were the two basic things that precision nutrition in the coaching material recommends that you do when you work with clients is to either take 5 minutes to schedule out something in your open time so that you can look ahead and create some space to, first of all, this is what they're recommending to study for the coaches that are studying, to make sure that they're going to get through the materials. But this can be applied in any area of people's lives. You can do this with homework if you're in school. You can do this with cleaning if you're at home and you need to take care of things. It can be universally applicable, and I was so impressed with the two things that they asked their clients to do. One is taking 5 minutes to schedule out and to carve out that time to be able to make yourself available so that you are going to be able to take the next step, which is one action that takes less than 5 minutes towards something that's going to move you in the direction that you're trying to move. So they're not trying to overwhelm you with things that are unsustainable, but just taking one 5-minute action and stepping out and doing that thing. And before you know it, after you take that simple action, you might finish at the 5-minute mark, or you might keep on going. But I've found it very true what they said about the motivation coming after action to be applying even in my studies with this course. They talk about setting realistic expectations, thinking like a beginner, not going into the materials acting like you know everything, and closing off your mind, but having a growth mindset. One of the things they emphasize here in the first few chapters is that there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. I definitely am a big proponent in that line of thinking. I definitely don't think that we can look at situations as success or fail, but as a form of feedback, whether or not we need to continue doing those things that led to that result, or if we need to adjust as necessary. There's a lot of talk about creating environments to support your goals, adopting a growth mindset, focusing on the process. And up in chapter 3, which I just finished, I'm talk about what kind of characteristics it takes to make a great coach. Coaching for deep health, so they take the what they refer to as the biopsychosocial approach, which is just basically saying that they're not looking at one area, one myopic, simplified physical versus mental versus existential health model. They're looking at all of these things combined and the importance of the interplay between them. And it's just fascinating the way that they've broken these things down. And I think they've done a great job at giving each area of attention the amount of time and focus that it needs to coach what they refer to as deep health. Also, their code of ethics and professionality, what they deem to be something that they would recommend to people as precision nutrition coaches. Their model of coaching. I was very impressed with just how focused they are on the person that they're coaching. These guys are very professional in everything that they've done. I've been very impressed with the materials. I was very surprised just how focused they were on going through each and every area of people's thought process, breaking down what it takes to achieve a goal, into practices, what kind of skills you need to accomplish the things you're trying to do, and how to break it down into practices, and then daily habits. So what are the things you have to do every day in order to achieve your goals? I like that approach. I like that about the program a lot. I definitely think that their approach to this, just in the first book alone, is spot on. We can't just go in and talking about nutrition, and every day you can look at the internet and eggs are good or eggs are bad. Keep the yolk or throw it away. Coffee's in, coffee's out. I mean, the lists are endless. You just never know what you're going to see. And the Precision Nutrition program is not focused on foods and demonizing or giving the praise to certain foods, but small actions that people can take in order to improve the things and the health parameters that they're trying to improve. I'm just very impressed with that. I would say this program is for anybody that is trying to improve their ability to coach with clients. It's very important for me as a trainer that I can optimize every area of my clients' lives. I'm very, very particular in the advice that I give, not only because I have a long time of reading through nutrition and I've seen just about every possible dogmatic and overzealous program that has tried to take the nutrition industry by storm, but just because of the fact that everyone's so individual, and what is going to be the correct nutrition program for one person can look entirely different from that for another. It depends on their goals, their needs, their preferences, their lifestyles. It's just something that any coach that is involved in the fitness industry can benefit from. If I was not involved in the fitness industry just because of my passion for learning about nutrition, I would certainly pick this up just for myself because of the implications it can have, not only just because of the things that I've learned so far, but because of the possibilities of how you can just use this system and apply it to any area of your life. This doesn't have to be just simply a nutrition program. The concepts and the models are universally applicable to any area of your life. I've been very, very impressed with Precision Nutrition in that aspect. I would say one of the biggest pros of the program is their focus on the mental, the psychological component of the importance of making sure that you have your mind in the game and that you're focused on daily actions that are going to draw you closer and closer to reaching your goals. I would recommend the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification to anybody that is interested in bettering themselves, and anyone certainly in the fitness industry that's working with clients to help them achieve body composition, aesthetic goals, and certainly performance parameters. I've just been really impressed, and one of the biggest things, like I said, that I took away from this was the information versus implementation issue that I faced. I now feel that I can use this system and help my clients exponentially. Just walk into any situation that involves nutrition and step back and take a look from a global standpoint here. What am I trying to do with this client? Let's take a step back and not focus on, okay, trying to do these overnight overhauls, but taking one step at a time, looking at each area of their life and trying to help them through each area that's affecting them nutritionally in a practical way that's sustainable and healthy for them. So thanks for taking the time to check this out, guys. I'm looking forward to continuing on the program and seeing what's in store for the next few chapters and books here. And I just want to let you know that I'm very excited about Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification, and I hope you guys will check it out. Thanks.